you can see from my background, this story time is gonna be about fighting. Alright, so boom. Yet again, this is another story from college. So, another disclaimer. This was when I was younger. I am no longer this type of person. These activities are things I no longer do. These are things that happened in my past. So don't hold it against me. Don't judge me. Let's get to my ex-girlfriend. As usual, I was going through her phone and I found text messages of her and another young lady. And I was like, wait a minute, what is going on here? Like usual, I did some investigation to find out who this young lady was. So I found out who she was. I watched her social media a little bit just to keep tabs on her, see, if she's making little tweets about my girlfriend, if they hanging out, whatever the case may be. I had to do my detective work, honey. And it just so happened that the modeling troupe I was in, we were having auditions, and lo and behold, guess who shows up? I'm gonna call her Mrs. Ed. Anyway, we were having auditions and Mrs. Ed showed up. And I'm like, wait a minute, isn't that girl?
I know that ain't the same girl that was texting my
And I was thinking to myself, I wonder if she knows she even has a girlfriend. And because I was already a part of modeling troupe, I decided to use that opportunity to talk to her. And of course, because she wanted to be a part of this troupe so bad, she was kissing my ass, basically. She's like, oh, you're so pretty, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, thank you, sweetie. I know. I was being a bitch. I was a bitch back then. Whatever. I'm not that person anymore, remember? Fast forward, she began to be a part of the modeling troupe. This type of modeling troupe, we would do like competitions with other universities. We had long, extensive practices. Like, this was like Beyonce and her dancers practicing. Like, it was that serious to us. We were always together. We were always on it. We were super organized. We were a unit. So I had to see her all the time. We began to build a friendship. Months passed by. We're practically freaking best friends. I'm no longer with the girl I was with. She stopped talking to her because, of course, I told her who she was. She was like, wow, I didn't even know she had a girlfriend. So, we just let that go. And we moved forward with our friendship. We were like this. We were freaking frat, Beavis and Butthead, Pinky and the Brain. Like, we were two fucking peas in a pod. Like, you could barely see one without the other. We were inseparable. Like, Mrs. Ed was my road dog. Like, she was my little ace. Throughout the friendship, I did a lot for her. Like, I taught her how to do her makeup. I would do her hair. I would pick out her outfits. I would let her wear some of my clothes. I just like pretty much made her into my little Barbie doll. Like, I did everything for this girl. I started to notice that she was kind of like using my slang. Next thing I know, she was befriending the friends that I had outside of her. She would start to automatically dress like me. It was just getting a little weird. So here's where the crazy shit started. My first love just so happened to go to the same university that she and I went to. So I would see her often. Like, she was on the same campus. The campus wasn't that big. So every time I was with Mrs. Ed and I saw my first love out, you know, she would speak to us. She would be like, hey, how y'all doing? Whatever. Mrs. Ed would, you know, she would ask me about her, like, who is that? What's she about? What happened between y'all? So I basically told her about our crazy ass situation. Like, I told her she was my first love, my first everything. You know, my ex was a Scorpio, so, you know, her sex game was on point. So I told her about that. And she was a hoe. I told her about that. I pretty much told her about the whole relationship, start to finish. Like, she was my homegirl. I trusted her. We were having girl talk. Fast forward to 7 months into our friendship. We were out on campus as usual, being cute. And I see my ex drive by, and she stops the car. She's like, yeah, yo, y'all look good as hell. What's up? What y'all doing today? I'm like, girl, get out of here. So we just blow her off, and we keep it pushing. I see my ex a few days later, and I was by myself, and she comes up to me like, yo, what's up with your friend? And I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, no, that's my best friend. Like, she's not interested. She would never talk to you. Wow. And my ex started laughing. Like, you know, I didn't know if she was serious or not, but she was a hoe, so who knows. Let's fast forward to about month 8 in Mrs. Ed and I's friendship. We get into this random argument about nothing. She's telling me, like, you're acting funny. Oh, she just making up shit for us to get in an argument about. So I'm just like, whatever. What the fuck is going on with this girl? Like, I don't understand. So I stopped talking to her. Next thing you fucking know, maybe like 2 months after we stopped being friends, I'm hearing gossip on campus. Again, the campus is small, so everybody knows everybody's business. People talk. I hear all these whispers about Mrs. Ed and my ex are talking. So I'm like,
fuck you mean?
What the hell you mean they talking? Come to find out, this girl had been talking to my ex for maybe months, like communicating. So I'm putting 2 and 2 together, like, this
she got me fucked
done
up.
Stop being friends with me so she can talk to my ex. I'm like,
a liar.
How fucking dare you?
You disloyal.
I'm like, how dare you? Like, I've done so much for this girl. I was loyal to her. Like, I upgraded her lifestyle. Like, she violated me.
You disrespectful.
I was pissed, but I'm used to girls doing stuff like this, like on some single white female type shit. Like, they hang out with me, learn all this stuff from me, then they start trying to date who I used to date or hang out with who I hang out with, and then they start acting weird. I was hurt that we weren't friends, but I was like, it is what it is. But the fact that she would start talking to my first love, I was just like, this is really crossing the line. She's extremely disloyal. Like, she's trash. I wasn't like still stuck on my ex. It was just the principle of the matter. Like, you're supposed to be someone that I loved. Like, before anything, we were friends. And you went behind my back to talk to my friend, knowing that that would hurt me. And you were supposed to be my best friend. Like, you were my girl. And you gonna go behind my back and deal with my ex, like my first love. And then you gonna end our friendship so you can go be sneaky and conniving. Fast forward to a year later. They were still together. They ended up living with each other. It was a serious relationship. Mr. Ed and I were still in the modeling troupe together, so we would still see each other, but we did not talk to each other. We did not look at each other. It was just like a brick wall. My other friends tried to like tell me that, we shouldn't make up, like I shouldn't hold grudges, like
Nah,
we
I'm
were
good.
so
How about you?
close, they're not used to seeing us apart, we need to figure it out and come back together because a friendship is more important. But I'm like, maybe you should have been telling her that stuff, like how important friendship and loyalty is.
Facts.
When she went behind my back and started messing with my first love. They were in a relationship for a year. There was so much gossip about how terrible their relationship was, but I just couldn't seem to understand why they were still talking to each other, why they were still together. Like, I really felt like they were the bitter bitch club. Like, they literally were both
You big
hating
mad or
ass,
little mad?
sad ass, hurt motherfuckers that came together specifically to try to hurt me. That's not me being cocky, that's just me being real. Like, there was no other reason for them to be together. If they were having all these problems, they shouldn't have been together in the first place. Like, the whole situation started off fucked up, so I don't understand why they thought it would actually work. Back to this. They were in a relationship for a year. I ended up moving back to New York. When I came back to visit for the summer, apparently they broke up. So I wasn't surprised. Next thing I know, my damn first love hits me up and it's like, yo, I know that we ended things on bad terms. I never got a chance to explain my side of the story. Like, can we sit down and talk and smoke? Are you busy? Like, where you at? I was staying with my best friend Nicole this summer. I was having a blast. So I talked to her. I'm like, yo, like, my first love, she wants to come talk to me. And of course my friend, she's like so like loving and open, and she knew my first love. So she's like, you know, just sit down and talk to her. It can't hurt. So I'm like, cool, it's whatever. So we end up hanging out. We were just chilling on a terrace, smoking, reminiscing. She's like telling me how good I look and how much I've grown since the last time you saw me. Next thing you know, we getting it on. The next day she hit me up and she was like, can we see each other again? I'm like, cool, so whatever. We had a good time. So she comes over, we smoke, we eat, we, you know. And again, then we go on the terrace and we talk about everything. And she's telling me how she only was dealing with Mrs. Ed because she wanted to get back at me because she was hurt about the person I was with and she really loved me.
You a liar.
Her and Mrs. Ed was a big mistake and she didn't mean to hurt me.
You a liar.
And I'm just falling for it, child.
Lord.
I'm just eating all this bullshit up. I decided to stay in North Carolina. I was only supposed to be there for the summer. I ended up staying permanently because my crazy self wanted to be with my first love again. I literally saw her every single day. Like, it was almost like we were back to the way we used to be. And I'm gonna keep it real. Our relationship was trash. Fast forward to couple of maybe like 5 or 6 months into us talking again, and I'm on Twitter, and you know, I used to talk a lot of trash on Twitter. Like, my mouth, my fingers were reckless. I was always talking mess. I was never specifically talking about anyone in particular. I just liked coming up with catchy things and clever things to tweet about. So one day I was just online, you know, scrolling my timeline, and I saw this meme about basically if somebody's dealing with your ex, like basically talking about the ex being leftovers, and that person just has your leftovers. So I retweeted it and I put my little comment to it, and I was just like, haha. And maybe like 5 minutes later, guess who was in my mentions? Mrs. Ed. So apparently this girl has been stalking my Twitter. She retweets it and says, oh, you would know about that.
Bitch, please.
I'm just like, she can't be talking to me. Who is she talking to? Like, she can't be talking to me. Because from my understanding, I was with her first. She was my first love. And you started talking to her after I did. And me talking to her again is us just continuing what was going on before you even were thought of, sweetheart.
In your face, nigga.
So I'm going in on her like, what do you mean? Basically, I'm saying what I'm saying to y'all, but in different words, because you only get 140 characters. I'm just going back and forth with her. So we just looking dumb as hell, arguing over somebody who is trash anyway. It was a cat fight, honey. Next thing y'all know, she tweets me and she like, you talking all this mess online, I'm gonna pull up. And it's on site. So I'm like, is she serious right now? So I'm like, okay. If that's how you feel, then it's whatever. I get off my phone, go to my best friend, I tell her everything that's happening. She's like, what the hell? Like, why is she even talking to you? Like, what's wrong with her? She wildin'. And I'm just like, look, she talking about she gonna pull up. And I'm thinking to myself, how does bitch know where I live? And she's like, well, if she gonna come through, then it is what it is. I'ma support you no matter what. So I put on some sweats. I put on my Uggs. I pulled my hair back. Then I got my blade and I got my best friend's bat. And I'm like, I'm gonna need you to hold this. If you see me get my ass beat, hand me one of these. Because at the end of the day, I need to be able to defend myself because she's trespassing if she comes on our property. So she sends me a tweet. She's like, I'm outside. So me and my best friend, we go outside. I see her and Fluffy get out the car. As soon as she get out the car, she has her phone up, her little flip phone, recording. So I knew like this was a setup. She was really trying to come here and try to embarrass me. So I was like, I'm not about to let that happen. Like, it's not happening. So we meet up in the grass in front of my building, and we all just arguing. I'm like, yo, like, you wildin', like, why you disrespecting me? I never did to you. Her friend still with the phone in her hand, my friend looking at her. Next thing I know, my friend slapped the dead phone out the girl. And while everybody was trying to focus on what just happened with the phone, Mrs. Ed threw a sucker punch and hit me in my head.
Really, nigga?
Next thing I know, we on the ground. I don't even really know what happened. She then, cause I was punching, scratching, biting, I was doing whatever. When you're fighting, like, there's no rules. Like, there's no fairness in war. Like, it just isn't. It is what it is. She finally had got to my neck, cause that's what she was trying to do the whole time, like trying to choke me. She finally got her fucking strong arm on my throat, but I was holding my own. My friend didn't give me the bat or the knife. She just let us fight. I was still swinging. I was like, bitch, kill me. Like, I was just like, if you gonna kill me, kill me. Like, kill me. Do it. And I'm swinging, I'm swinging, I'm swinging. talking my shit.
You got me fucked
Still
up.
choking me like a deranged woman. My friend finally jumped in and she separated us. Her friend over here talking about let him fight, let him fight. She's messy and trash. I'm like, let her go. Like, let her go then. Like, I'm telling my friend, let me go. Her friend let her go. She said she was gonna kill me. Let her kill me. So next thing I know, guess who pulls up?
Really,
My first
nigga?
love. She's walking up like, yo, what y'all doing?
What y'all doing, man? Why y'all out here fighting?
She sees her face. The girl was bleeding. Mrs. A was bleeding or whatever. She goes over there to check on her.
Really, nigga?
She had the audacity to go check on her. Not the girl she was with at the time, me. But she go over there to check on Mrs. Ed. Like, are you okay? I'm like,
Really,
I'm looking
nigga?
at my friend. I'm looking at them. I'm like, is she serious right now? I'm pissed off. I'm like, yo, you got me fucked up. I'm gonna beat your ass too. My friend trying to hold me back. I'm like trying to get at them. Then Mrs. Ed start up again because she want to be extra and show off her friend my first love, and they holding her back, and I'm just like going off like, yo, you can have her. I don't even want to talk to her anymore. You can have her broke ass. Like, y'all are made for each other. You're both sad, mad, angry. You're meant for each other. He start to calm down, and they just getting back in the car, and we standing outside still while they drive off. My trifling ass first love goes with them. My friend looks at me and she's like, yo, your hand, like, bleeding all over the place. Like, your hand. I'm like, what are you talking about? My adrenaline is pumping. So I don't feel a damn thing. Like, it's freaking cold outside. I just got in a fight, but I feel nothing.
Real
like,
nigga
I don't feel
all
any
day
pain.
facts, B.
Nothing. And my friend is like, your hand. I look down, and my damn knuckles were busted open. Just so you can see the difference in my hands. I know I have old woman hands, but my damn knuckles were busted wide open. So apparently, when I was swinging on this girl, I was just swinging so much that my knuckles busted open. And her face busted open. Her forehead. Anyway, so we go in the house. My best friend was a nurse, so she knew exactly what to do. She had the first aid kit. She had the liquid band-aid. She had the stuff to clean it. So she cleaned me up. She gave me some pain medicine. She put the liquid bandage stuff on, and then she gave me a glass of wine. So we just sitting there with drinking wine, talking about what just happened. We just like, yo, that was crazy. Like, this girl had the nerve to come to the house. I could kill her ass and I wouldn't have been locked up because she was trespassing. We just like, wow. We couldn't believe what happened. It was crazy. Like, it was ridiculous. It was a hot ass mess. So anyway, my friend is like, how you feeling? I'm like, I'm feeling good. I still didn't feel anything. I guess my adrenaline was still pumping. I felt nothing. So she's like, well, what you trying to do? I'm like, let's go to the bar. Fuck it.
Hey,
So
turn up.
me with my busted ass hand, swollen, with the liquid band-aid, we go to the damn bar and have drinks. Who goes to the bar and has a drink? Who goes to the bar right after they get into a fight and bust their knuckles open? Who?
real nigga all day.
Maybe
Facts.
like 4 months go by, and I'm just like, you know what? It's too much going on in North Carolina. Like, it's too much drama. I don't need to be associated with this type of energy. Then our lease was up, so I was just like, you know what? Maybe this is a sign for me to move back to New York. So
I gotta get my ass
I
up out
pretty
of here.
much like drop everything and I take my behind back to New York. And it wasn't that the fight ran me away or she beat my ass, because I honestly don't know who won. I wouldn't even say anybody won in particular because we both were just going in. So she didn't run me off. I just felt like I didn't need that energy like in my space. Like I needed to go and do something productive, because when I was in North Carolina, all I was doing was sitting up under my ex, being lovey-dovey. Like, it was just ridiculous. So I just needed to go back to New York and get motivated again and get focused and bring the right type of people around me. So I left and I went to beauty school. To this day, I really don't hold any grudges. Like, it was what it was. We were young, we were dumb, we were crazy. It was love involved, it was friendships involved, so it was what it was. I'm over it. Like, I don't have anything against Mrs. Ed or my first love. I honestly, if they were set on fire, I would not put the fire out with my spit. I wouldn't. And it's not that I hate them or anything, it's just that I don't want anything to do with them. Like, they're like obsolete. Like, they're like obsolete to me. Like, they don't exist in my world. Alright, so that was my story time. So if you would like to hear more of my crazy college stories, like, share, comment, and I'll keep coming back and bringing y'all that heat. Alright, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed telling it.